Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about a bit about me and a bit about kind of the best version of yourself, like what you could achieve, what is your potential, and you've got to realise it. So yeah, realising your potential, I'd say that's going to be a good title. So last few days I've been a bit lazy, I'll admit that. I still trained. Yesterday I didn't train, I didn't do any exercise, I kind of just sat around, did fuck all. And then day before that I went to the gym, yeah, but even then it was only for half an hour, 45 minutes, and it was a short session. It was a good session, but it was a short session, and I trained hard, but I didn't do much else that day. And I feel like this last week it's just been a bit tough for me, because I was getting momentum and I took my foot off the gas. I took my foot off the pedal and I slowed down. I lost some of that momentum. So now I'm suffering the consequences for taking my foot off the pedal, for kind of easing off the gas and losing that momentum. I've slowed down again, not to a halt, not to a complete stop, but to the point where now I need to kind of try and push myself up again. I need to start getting the ball rolling and just keep it rolling. So we as people, different people, we have so much potential. We have so many different opportunities where we could become a better person, where we could become the best person, the best version of us. And we have opportunities like that every day. We can make the right choice every day. Every time you're offered with the decision, if you make the right choice, then eventually you're going to realise your own potential. You're going to make it come true, and you're going to become that best version of yourself. But that only comes through years and years of hard work and making that right decision. And it's something I've been thinking about a lot, because I know that I want to be the best version of myself, but I'm only just starting to truly accept that it's gonna take me a shit ton of effort. It's gonna take me a shit ton of discipline. I'm gonna have to sacrifice and just stick with it and keep the momentum going and work until I'm at that point. And even then, the goalpost will keep moving. But I now understand that, and I know that momentum is key to this, because without it, you end up having to push the ball up the hill. You end just stop and start. You're pushing. When you start pushing the ball, it's easier. It goes from feeling like you're pushing it up a hill to pushing it on a flat surface to pushing it down a hill. That's what it feels like. That's what momentum is. It changes how the work feels. So what it feels like now, because I've lost that momentum, it feels like I'm pushing the ball up the hill again. So I've got to keep pushing it, get it back onto the flat surface, then get it onto the downhill, so I can really utilise that feeling of momentum, that feeling of it's going great, but I've got to keep going. It's going great, but I've got to keep going. Push, and things start to happen. And I say I work so hard, but I haven't worked to the point where I can give myself any credit for what I've done, because I haven't achieved anything to the point that I want to yet. I'm not anywhere near the type of person that I want to be. I know in 5-10 years from now, I could be a completely different person. I could have a completely different outlook on life. In 5 years, I'm only going to be 23 years old, but I hope I'm completely different from who I am now. I hope I've learned so much. I hope that I've been through so many different experiences that I am a completely different person, that I know so much more, I've experienced so much more, I've done so many different things, I've been through all these different stages. That's what I want for myself. I want to experience hardship. I want to put myself through adversity so that I can come out on the other end and say, I've done it and I can do it again. I'm still doing it. I'm doing it now. I want to be able to say that. And the best version of myself is always going to be changing, because there'll always be something new that I'll want to try. There'll always be something new that I want to learn, something else that I want to do. And that's accepted. So I know that I'm always going to have something to work towards. So I'm always going to have something to push myself for. And that's what I'm happy for. That's what I'm glad about. I know that I'm never going to reach my goal, but in that it provides me with a sense of like security that I'm not going to stay stagnant, but all I've got to do is make these tough choices daily. But things, they're not even tough choices. I've got to make these choices daily. I've got to make the right choices. Go and train, do the work. Just spend a few hours doing this, spend an hour doing that. Don't procrastinate with making the YouTube videos. That's what I did as well. I didn't make one on Saturday, and I made 2 last night and that forgot to post them, or they didn't post in time. It's just, I've got to start making the right decisions and keep making them, feel the momentum start to build, have myself make progress, and then push it more. Up the challenge for myself, put myself into 3rd gear, just keep on pushing. That's what I want. I've got to keep working so that I can actually get what I want. And what I want is to be successful. I want to have a good physique. I want to be able to fight. I want to have lots of money. I want to be living in my own house. I want to have a nice car. I want all these great things, but they're not, I can't just expect them to happen. I know that I'm going to be given challenges, and I know that I'm going to be given difficulties and tasks, and I'm happy that they're going to be coming to me, because I know that with adversity, you become stronger, you become tougher, you become smarter. With problems, you learn how to solve them, you become more wise. With people that have lost their way, you help them find their way, and you become a better person. You learn to love, you develop that. And I'm excited that I'm going to develop those different aspects. I'll become more wise as I get given more problems. I'll become more strong as I'm put through more challenges. I'll become a better person as I'm helping more people. And that's what I want from my life. I want to continually do more and keep working towards that end goal of fulfilling my potential and realizing it to the degree where I can look back at the end of my life and say, you did it. You spend every day doing everything to the best you can. You pushed yourself day in and day out, and you made it. You didn't reach that goal of being perfect, because that's not achievable, but you reached the goal of making the right decisions. You reached the goal of doing what you could do, making the most of what you can control, and then benefiting from it and keeping the momentum going. So I've had a few days off, but now I'm really going to push this, and I just want to keep you guys posted. I want to hold myself accountable, because the channel's growing, and I really just want to push it as much as I can and keep growing with you. And I really want you guys to come and keep growing with me. Push yourself to new limits every day. Keep that momentum going. Keep the work going. Keep pushing yourself to a new level. Up the intensity in those workouts. Do whatever you can every day just to make it more intense, make it more difficult. Give yourself a challenge if you don't feel like you've got one. Just, we can grow together to such heights, such amazing lengths that we don't realize yet. But it's so amazing when it's going to happen. It's going to be a beautiful process. Hit the subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.